Let's say you had to make a choice between using your voice and finding yourself, or being successful. And let's say there was no third option, no corruption of the fundamental integrity of choice. Which would you choose? Finding yourself, or being successful? And let's not lose perspective of the maelstrom of inflections that is attached to these two words. Being successful. That the flutterings of wings made of lead, and the steel bodies of the tin birds that still manage to fly are not dead stones in free fall. No, the real oddities are these two words. Because what is success without the stress of broken feathers as life becomes tethered to the flashing lights of our simple pleasures and the broken things? Because how can you stop when your whole life you were told to go? I was born into fealty, taught to give what others took, and this reality shook me into a state of cynicism and denial. In schools, our teachers educated us while others sat nearby, peering into their own worlds, wondering if they were whirlwinds or whirlpools. No one stopped them, and quietly they fell off the edges of their skies in a kaleidoscope of reds and blues, a Goya of bruises and black eyes. Then, they touched something tangible, and latching on to the mastheads of these sailing ships, they looked up with their crying eyes and said, "Land ahoy." You see, they fell short of the entire question. At best, in seeking success, they had lost themselves in a craven desire to be something else. And lest they failed, they tied themselves to the masts of these ships. Blindly they sailed in search of the last treasure this world had to offer. And they measured themselves to see if they had gotten taller, as if a higher stature would balance out the fact that their identities were growing smaller. We live in a time where the past is like a rhyme with no ending, one that bends towards nirvana, but can't quite get there. And through it all, there are the two words, being successful. As if a successful being is determined by a broken compass that points east to understanding, and not the final verdict, the last man standing. As if sacrifice and pain are not two elements in a periodic table covered with the blood stains of exploding hearts. As if the question, who am I, is not the trigger of a loaded gun whose sights are set on the bull's eyes of knights with rusted armor. No lies can hide our north lights from ourselves. Instead, we delve into our fears and mistakes, drawing nearer and nearer towards the greatest lie, that being successful is more important than being yourself. We are not selling our souls at an open auction because, you see, there is a third option, there always is. And though there will be days when the lows are like canyons, when the blows of our surroundings level us to the ground like we are insects, although there will be these days elsewhere a flower grows that needs its rain to wash away the pains of long-dead weeds, to hide its tears in an avalanche of raindrops. Here are our careers and adventures, like subtle seasons of changing leaves that can last centuries or milliseconds. Forgotten pasts that beckon with an outstretched hand. We are our natures. We are kind and full of life. And I'm not asking you to find yourself. I'm asking you to be yourself. Early this morning I found lying on my shelf a book by a man named Robert Penn Warren, who with only words has explored every nook and cranny of my soul. With somber tone he said, "Then might we all be shriven. Only after we truly give up our pasts will we be forgiven."